Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Flavio and thank you guys for watching. You guys are tuning in to the House of Collectibles, and it's been a while since I posted my last video, so thank you guys for tuning back in on the channel. But you know how things go, get too busy, holidays come around, there's just not time to make content. So I do apologize for my core viewers for that, but without further ado, we are back, and today we're looking at none other than IG-11 from the Mandalorian series, and I'm super happy to finally get this guy out onto the shelf in the collection. I've had him for a really long time. I just never got to unbox him, and today's the day. Today's the right time to do so. And yeah, guys, I'm really excited to get this figure out here because I think he is an underrated Star Wars figure, and I think you can still find him out there. I think he's on Sideshow still, but yeah, he's still available to my knowledge. I remember when I was getting into the hobby, people were like, this is the Grail. This is a Grail figure of the Mandalorian series. Guys, he's still out there. I don't doubt the people that say that. I think it holds true once you get this guy in hand, but I just don't know why he's not sold out yet. If you guys have any thoughts on that, drop the comment below and let me know what you guys think about that. But again, without further ado, we are going to crack this bad boy open. This is TMS 008 from the Mandalorian series by Hot Toys here. So yes, let's go ahead and unbox this guy because you guys are not going to be disappointed. All right, guys, as you can see, you have the box here. I'm not going to go too crazy. It's pretty much a normal Star Wars box with the cigar band down on the bottom wrapping around the box. You have various product shots of IG-11, and yes, these are all actual images of the figure itself, so that's pretty badass. You have TMS 008 IG-11 1/6 scale collectible figure by Hot Toys. Very nice. On the side, I like that shot too as well. You got the Disney logo there, and on the back you got all the warnings for the small parts, choking hazards, and all the Hot Toys information. And yeah, the main part here, I do want to pop this bad boy off. Then when you open up the box, you are greeted with an amazing image of IG-11, the figure itself, which is, you know, pretty impressive because this guy looks photorealistic. Like Hot Toys' pictures, you know, they're always going to make them look super crisp and clean, but I am sure this guy looks amazing in hand as well. And then you guys can see the clam tray right there. I am so excited to get this guy out. I'm very happy to, you know, finally, you know, get him out and have him in the collection because, you know, he was always one of those figures that, you know, I definitely needed to have. And guys, even through the gloves, I can feel, you know, cold. So I can tell you that there is die cast on this guy, on the legs for sure. And that was not stated, you know, during announcement and release, so that's kind of a nice little throw in there that Hot Toys did, and we're gonna look at that a little bit more here. But first impressions, he looks sick, so let's put him back, get everything out, and see what he comes with and how the figure looks, guys. All right, guys, now we're gonna take a look at the accessories, starting off with the base here. Yeah, this is the sand base, guys. Once again, it's, you know, small footprint, not bad there, but we got the 3D effect feature up here of the sand, and this could be the sands of Tatooine as we've seen in the show itself, but guys, they have like shoe footprints here. Like, it's IG-11. He's a droid. Like, just mold it to his feet. You know, make it, you know, specific to this release. But, you know, Hot Toys didn't do that. They're still using this base. It looks dope. I mean, it looks nice. You know, it has a ton of detail. You know, tons of different speckles of color in there. The texture and the molding looks really, really nice. And I like the flow in the ripples of the sand. But other than that, I don't like this base. Not a fan of it. Got a nice metal nameplate up here, though. IG-11. So, it is what it is. It looks like, you know, there isn't, you know, a ton here. And that does suck at first when you think about it, but then you really have to think about, you know, this figure, the price. I don't remember what it, you know, is going for. You guys will have to let me know. It's a dated figure, not dated figure, but, you know, if you haven't gotten IG-11 and, you know, you wanted it, I don't know why you haven't picked it up, because it's still available. So everybody should have it by now that has wanted it. But if you're new to collecting, go get it. If you want it, it's still out. But he doesn't come with much because he was a new mold. You know what I mean? He was a new design. So there's more R&D when it goes into a figure like that. So obviously he's going to come with less accessories, but the figure itself makes up for it. And I definitely love, you know, this release, even if he doesn't come with a ton of accessories. But he's IG-11. What else is he really going to come with? You know what I mean? Next, you have this bandolier here. And you can see on the metal pieces, it is nice and has ton of dirt and pitting all over the surface of the metal. Looks really, really nice. This is a very simple piece. It's done, you know, with pleather, nothing crazy there. It just velcros on the back like so and goes around him. But I really like this piece. When you throw it on him, it brings him out. But check this out. Even on the back, I don't know if it's coming out, but they even like weathered the back here. And that's crazy because you're never going to see that. So that's really cool. And next here you have this blaster, which I love. I think it's one of my faves, the E11. You got the nice scope there on the top. And this piece actually can move like so. And then you can pop this down, throw that back, and now you got that. So that looks really sick. I like that a lot. So hard to do on camera sometimes. You don't want to mess things up. And then you have the other long range blaster here, and this is the DLT-20A, and this was issued to pretty much, you know, the assassin droids, all like the IG units. They carry this. This thing is really, really cool. I like the way that it looks. It has, you know, weathering all over. You can see like in the low points there, it has like almost like a copperish color. And then, you know, you have that gunmetal going all around. It's nicely done, nicely weathered. I love this piece too. Can't complain with that. And then last but not least, you actually get the detonator here. This thing is really, really cool because I loved it in the show. He kept wanting to like detonate himself so many times just because I think they're not supposed to get like caught, you know, with all their information and stuff that they, you know, are withholding for all the said, you know, bounties that they're going for and whatnot. So this is really cool, and it actually lights up like so. You just pop the 3 batteries in there and it magnetically goes in his chest like that. So that's really cool. That's it for the accessories. That was really quick. Now we're gonna take a look at IG-11 himself. All right, guys, and here he is. You got IG-11. I have him, you know, with no weapons, just standing up, and he looks so dope. I love, you know, the aged effect that, you know, he's got going on throughout the whole figure itself. He looks so beat up, and there's pitting, there's oil staining, you know, weathering all around this guy. He's completely painted top to bottom, you know, and he looks so amazing. I love the way that the colors, you know, just work with each other. Right up here you have like really deep, you know, copper, and then you have like lighter tones of copper. You have all this gunmetal here, aged all throughout there. You got, you know, all this silver for the base layer that you can see, but all this copper and, you know, dark weathering over the top of it, you know, to really bring out, you know, the effects that, you know, this guy has been throughout the galaxy hunting bad mofos, and he doesn't have time for a shower. So I really love the way that this piece has, you know, come out, and I am happy to have it. You got all this like real like cabling going on throughout the figure too. I love that. I love the way that his hands look. Those things are awesome. He just looks like, he can't do that much damage. And every time you see him in the show, he's just like left and right, looking around, boom, boom, shooting people. It's just crazy. His head is literally on a swivel, no joke. So we are going to probably look at him a little bit closer and then see how the light features work, and then, you know, pair him up with some accessories. I think one of, you know, my favorite parts, you know, about IG-11 is the fact that, you know, you've seen this guy, or maybe his past version in the earlier movies. In the Empire Strikes Back, you got the IG-88 unit. I think his head was a lot smaller compared to the IG-11 unit, but Lucasfilms is crazy awesome. George Lucas is a genius, and just scrapping a bunch of different pieces together to make a droid robot like this is awesome. And, you know, it's so unique. That's like one of the cool things about Star Wars, is like almost every character is unique. The silhouettes, you know, are unique, and IG-88 was so cool. He was just so like like he was just like, you didn't know anything about him. In the older movies, he was just standing there in the hallway of the destroyer next to Boba Fett as they're getting orders from Vader and whatnot. But, you know, they built off of that for this Disney Plus series, and, you know, brought IG-11 to life, and it is amazing. He's a dope character. I love it. Even their heads, you know, were used in the Mos Eisley Cantina for the like kind of like the drink dispensing machine, and it was just there in the background, and now it's like a character. It's cool. But, you know, for those of you who may not know, the head was actually a piece to a Rolls-Royce aircraft turbine, and George Lucas was like, hey, I'm gonna make it a droid's head. So excuse me. So that's cool. I really like that. So you never know what, you know, you're gonna get in Star Wars. It's just a real life parts, and that's what makes it cool. So his head, actually, the top pops off like so, and that is where you're going to put the lights for, you know, the head. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that red there. I think it's one LED and it lights up, you know, multiple different holes there for his eyes. But like I said, his head's on a swivel, so you can move it like that. But his eyes, they spin all the way, you know, around like they did in the movie up top. And you also have this ring right here, which I think these are his main eyes, and then that spins around like that. I am kind of bummed out that, you know, there's no gloss there on the eyes for like the actual lens, but you know, it is what it is. But you could see even the pitting, like even in this back layer all over. This thing is weathered up to the nines. But yeah, this guy is really, really cool, guys. I love the design. You have up front, it's kind of like his rib cage area, but up back you have all these like pistons and like tanks and canisters that probably serve the unit, whatever it needs to get it going and moving. And you see his little hands, his fingers are like all these like kind of like pincer style like hands like that. So really, really, really love this piece. I like the cabling too. It just makes it feel real too with the extra added wire. Like if it was sculpted, it would be cool, but the fact that, you know, that's actual cabling in there brings it to life a lot. So the articulation for this guy, like I said, you guys got that. It's only going left to right. You can't move it like anything else. The arms go up to like about 90 there. You just got to be careful with those gaskets like that. I do get worried with those because you never know how long they can last. Like if they dry out, if you're in a more drier climate, you do want to be careful with that. I do believe these go forward and back a hair and raise up and down a hair like so. For the arms, you have 90-degree bend, and you even have a swivel, but that's coming from the upper bicep up here, I believe. And again, with the gaskets, that's going pretty far for me. I'm probably just gonna go like to like about there and no much more, because there is a little bit of spacing there, but you don't want to go crazy. As you can see, they're kind of squishy. And for the hands, you got an articulation point right there for the wrist, which I like. And you can swivel it like that. And then each one of these fingers have an articulation point. And I do not want to break it, so I'm not going to go any further on camera. And at the waist, you can swivel him like that. I do believe he goes 360, but you get the gist. The legs are really cool. They're actually on ball joints up there at the top, as you can see, so they can swivel in and out. And this is where the die cast is at, right here. And I think also down below here, because this is cold here too. But yeah, legs are on a ball joint. They can kick out to, I would go about there. I wouldn't go no more crazier than that. Do as what you will. You can go up, but you do have to be careful because you might hit there. So don't want to go too crazy far up. So you can go about to there. And then for the back, I think it's unlimited here. Technically, you can go as far back as you would like, but I'm not going to push it. And yeah, so that's the articulation for the leg. And then down here as well for the knee, you have, the booklet says 90. I'm not going to go more than that, also because of the gasket. I don't want to put any more stress on that like so. And then down here for the leg, you do have articulation forward and back. You have side to side here, which is pretty cool, like that, about 40. And then you can twist it like so, like that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the articulation for IG-11, and now we are going to see if we can get him in a pose with these accessories. All right, guys, and here we have my pose for IG-11. I know it's kind of a simple pose, but it pretty much, it brings, the essence of the character to me, as, he's going to be approaching somebody and, telling them that they need to turn themselves in, as he is a assassin hunter droid. I know I could have been a little bit more dynamic here, but I'm trying to play it safe with the gaskets in the arms. I'm using both blasters. You got the bandolier on him, and you actually also have the center detonating bomb in his chest. I just don't have the lights going just because I don't like messing with the button cell batteries. But yeah, guys, it's kind of hard to make this guy feel realistic because he's a, lanky, tall droid, and, any kind of movement that you have on him and you want to kind of try to keep that, pose looking as realistic as you can, you want to keep him as stiff and straight and proper as possible. So as you can see there with the arm, I have it straight out. He wouldn't be slouching at all with his arm. He's going to be having it fully extended, but then I have a slight bend in the other arm, as he may be ready to raise that other blaster if he needs to. But the feet standing straight up, nothing crazy. I could, have him going in a forward motion like he's going to start walking, but I didn't do that here. And yeah, I really love the way this figure looks. I think he's gonna look amazing with the rest of the Mandalorian figures that you have in your collection, whether it be Mando, whether it be any other characters from that line. You guys name it. I think this guy is gonna pair very well, and if not, just in a Star Wars collection alone, because I think he is a really dope character. And if you are into the Mandalorian at all and like IG-11, I think you guys should go for this figure. The detail on him, once again, is beautiful. Hot Toys, it did no slouch to this figure here. So if you guys want to get him, I definitely advise you guys picking him up. He's a good buy, and I love having him. So if you guys enjoyed the video, thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you guys are up to date on all new content that comes out right here on the House of Collectibles. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you on the next video. Peace.